Our City Tonight is providing a segment for Healthy New Horizons for seniors that includes information from professionals on health and wellness, free senior services, online safety, financial management, government programs, and stories of inspiration.
Yes, another Healthy Horizons segment. We're covering a wide array of topics in this series. We've talked about diet, healthcare. We've also talked about government programs. Now we're going to talk about something that is not just exclusive to the plus 60 crowd. And we brought an expert in to talk about online scamming, phone scamming, what you can do to avoid that. Joining us today from the TD branch, she is the branch manager in Surrey. It's Sonia Bassi. Sonia, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
It's great to have you, and thank you for joining us on this. As I mentioned off the top, this is not something that's exclusive to the plus 60 crowd, but it seems to be maybe they're a little less understanding, a little less prepared for this online scamming, digital scamming, and even on the phone, because it's never been bigger. Can you talk right off the bat let's talk with email scamming. What are some of the things that you would advise our viewers, young and old, to be aware of?
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. TD actually did a recent survey where they had about 1,000 colleagues or 1,000 people in Canada that they interviewed across different provinces. And what we noticed was 7 out of 10 people were actually not confident, and they felt that they will be getting some kind of financial fraud in their life. Right. So, and definitely one of the big scams that happens out there on social media is through emails, messages, on your, your other social media channels that you use. So there's a lot of that continues to happen. But as an organization, what we really recommend our customers is when you see a link that you're not expecting, whether that's through SMS, whether that's through email, do not click on the link. Because TD would never, ever ask you for your personal information. We would never call you and ask you for your passwords, PIN numbers, any of that information. So it's very important if you are receiving an email with a link that asks you for your personal information, whether that's your access card, whether that's your password, online password, never click on those links. We actually have an email which is td.phishing.com at phishing.com, where you can forward that email or even a text message, and those goes to our fraud team, and then they look after those emails. But yeah, if you ever see a text or an email, you should definitely not click on those. There's a number on the back of your debit card. You should definitely call that number and inquire as per that number.
Yeah, it's interesting. I've become so paranoid. I actually was in touch recently with my TD credit card hotline because I received an email from the credit card company, and it looked so real, and they left a phone number, but it wasn't the number I saw on the back of my card. And so my thing is always err on the side of caution, for sure, even if you feel foolish. And I certainly felt silly calling, but they said, no, Mr. Gordon, you were right to do that. But I guess you would agree that these scams are certainly becoming more efficient and smarter in trying to lure people to get information.
Absolutely. Like I said, when we did the survey, in the survey, about 71% of these scams actually happen through email and phone, 69% through text messages, and definitely they can seem very, very genuine. So it's important to sometimes trust your gut. If you're not expecting a message, if you haven't applied for a job and you haven't really signed up for a new service and you're seeing these text messages or links come through your email, definitely the first sign is trust your gut. And when you go to the bank or when you talk to a phone representative with the bank, make sure you're being honest. It's okay. I feel a lot of people in the survey also said that they feel embarrassed when something like this happens. They're shy that they don't share this information with family, or they're shy of sharing it with even a TD bank representative. So I think it's very important that when you are a victim of fraud, be honest and then come and talk to a phone rep or a representative at the branch, because we can definitely help you. We're the first line of defense, I would say, when you receive these kind of links. So it's very important that you come and talk to a TD representative.
And for people that aren't, say, comfortable with online email and things like that, you should also be aware of the phone scams, the old-fashioned, if you have a home line still, landline, or a cell phone. I've said to friends, young and old, that I personally, I never answer the phone if I don't recognize the number, if it's not attached to a name. Again, I sound a little overly cautious, but it's even the phone calls that you can get at home are very, very tricky.
Yes. No, definitely. Like I said, if you have a phone call, and a lot of times these do come through phone calls or messages, but if you have a phone call that you're not expecting, and if the person on the other line is asking you some information that's very private and it pertains to your bank, definitely hang up the phone. The first thing you should do is call the number on the back of your either TD Visa or TD debit card and speak to a phone channel representative there.
Sonia, thank you so much for joining us on this always important issue. We appreciate your insight. It's Sonia Bassi, branch manager for TD Trust in Surrey. I'm sure we'll have you back again because this is always an ongoing problem and there are always new things that are coming up. So, Sonia, thanks for giving our viewers your insight on this really important issue.
Thank you. Thank you for having me again. And I would love to come back. Thank you.
Thank you very much.